Imagine a world where finding love is easier than ever. With just a swipe, you can connect with someone new, build instant chemistry, and start a relationship without even leaving your house. It sounds like a dream, right? But here's the paradox. Despite this unprecedented access to connection, people are lonelier than ever. Relationships are crumbling faster. Commitment is becoming rare, and genuine emotional intimacy seems to be slipping away. Why is this happening? What has changed in the way we experience love? And more importantly, how do we navigate this reality without losing the very essence of what love truly means? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most complex dilemmas of our time, the crisis of modern love. By the end of this journey, you'll uncover some of the most eye-opening truths about relationships, truths that may just change the way you see love forever. Love has always been the heartbeat of human existence. It has shaped civilizations, inspired great works of art, and defined personal fulfillment. But today, something feels off. This isn't just about individual heartbreak. It's a collective crisis. We live in a world that promises freedom, empowerment, and limitless options. Yet, instead of deep, fulfilling love, many people find themselves trapped in cycles of uncertainty, anxiety, and disappointment. To understand what's happening, we need to recognize that love, as we knew it for centuries, has drastically changed. In the past, relationships were built on necessity, shared responsibilities, and a deep understanding that love grows over time. But today, love has been rebranded as a product, something to be consumed, used, and discarded when it no longer serves us. Psychologist Erich Fromm once said, "Love is not something we find, it's something we learn." But in modern society, love is treated as an entitlement rather than a skill to be developed. Dating apps, social media, and an era of instant gratification have made meeting people easier than ever, but at the cost of making true connection harder than ever. Think about the last time you had a deep, undistracted conversation with someone. No phones, no notifications, just listening with full attention. It's rare, isn't it? Technology has given us the illusion of being more connected, yet people feel lonelier than ever. One of the biggest reasons for this is what psychologist Barry Schwartz calls the paradox of choice. The more options we have, the less satisfied we are with what we choose. With countless potential partners at our fingertips, many people struggle to fully commit to one person. The moment challenges arise, it's tempting to leave, because there's always someone else, right? But here's the hard truth. Deep love isn't effortless. It requires patience, endurance, and a willingness to embrace imperfection. Yet modern culture teaches us to chase the next best thing. Social media bombards us with filtered, curated relationships, making us believe love should always be easy, passionate, and without conflict. But real love isn't a highlight reel. It's built through struggles, shared moments, and conscious effort. Another major issue with modern love, the fear of vulnerability. True intimacy requires us to open up, show our weaknesses, and risk getting hurt. But in a culture that glorifies self-sufficiency and independence, admitting we need someone can feel like a weakness. As a result, many people avoid deep emotional connections, settling for surface-level relationships that never truly fulfill. So, what can we do? How do we reclaim love in a world that seems to work against it? The answer isn't to reject technology, dating apps, or modern freedoms. It's about redefining how we approach love. Love must shift from being an act of consumption to an act of creation. It's not something you find, it's something you build. Psychologist John Gottman found that the strongest relationships aren't built on constant excitement, but on small, consistent acts of care. Lasting love is a daily choice, not just a fleeting feeling. Breaking the myths of modern love. 1. Let go of unrealistic expectations. Love isn't always thrilling, it's not always passionate, and it's definitely not always effortless. The happiest relationships aren't about avoiding conflict, they're about navigating it together. Psychologist Esther Perel explains that modern couples expect one person to fulfill every role: best friend, lover, therapist, and cheerleader. but no single person can meet all our emotional needs. Healthy love allows for individuality and growth, rather than relying on one person to be everything. 2. Love beyond the ego. Many people enter relationships thinking, "What can I get?" rather than "What can I give?" But love isn't about possession or validation. It's about giving freely. Philosopher Erich Fromm described love as an act of giving joy, understanding, and presence. The deepest connections are built when love isn't just about personal fulfillment, but about truly seeing and supporting another person. 3. Love is a skill, not just a feeling. Perhaps the most powerful truth of all, love is not just a feeling, it's a skill. The modern world teaches us that love is something that just happens, but real love, like any skill, requires practice, patience, and effort. Philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, "It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages." The strongest relationships aren't just fueled by passion, but by deep companionship, respect, and shared purpose. So, where do we go from here? How do we move past this consumer-driven mindset of love and return to something more meaningful? It starts with a shift, from seeking perfection to embracing imperfection, from expecting love to happen to actively creating it, from consuming love to practicing it every single day. Modern love isn't broken, it's misunderstood. The moment we start treating love as a choice, a practice, and an act of creation, everything changes. Because in the end, the greatest love isn't found, it's built. And that is the most profound truth of all.